shoot out. Are we recording? Alright, so before we start this video, this is a disclaimer. What we're about to say is what happened to us, and it happened all throughout the stop at Philly. Don't know how it is for other stops, but this was just our story of what happened at the Jingle Ball stop in Philly. What's up, you guys? So welcome to another video. Now this one's gonna be a little bit different. It's gonna be our experience at Monsta X's performance at Jingle Ball. It was really just a Monsta X concert, not Jingle Ball. So let's get into the story. Let's get it. Let's go. Warning now, this video is gonna be a bit long, just because there happens to be a lot of stuff that, you know, went into the cluster mess that happened. So we're gonna start off with the tweets. Q102 decided to, you know, hold a contest, which I had a gut feeling about. They decided to hold a contest, you know, seeing who is the best monbebe by answering 3 questions. 3 very simple questions. Questions that you can look up.
You can Google it.
You can honestly Google them. People are getting hundreds left and right. No problem. Turns out the tweets are very misleading. Mr. Tour Manager, or their US manager, not gonna name names, but you probably know who I'm talking about. He has some very empty tweets. You're gonna see a lot of his stuff doesn't make sense, or it's very open or empty questions. It's like an empty thought.
Typed up only to let us down.
Exactly. The fact that the radio station was like, hey monbebes, like you guys can get a chance to, you know, win meet and greet passes. So this all started with a bunch of tweets saying, hey, we're gonna give you guys a chance to win meet and greet passes to meet Monsta X. So we're like, dope, let's do this quiz.
They made it out to seem like, at least to us, the way we were getting it was like, okay, so maybe like a few monbebe have the chance to get this meet and greet. We wait, and then Haley asked them when they would announce it, and they said, we're gonna announce it on Monday.
They're on Monday, which was what, December 3rd?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
December 3rd.
Haley tweeted at them.
So it was like the day before we had to leave.
Yeah, so it was Monday, December 3rd. They said, oh yeah, we'll announce the winner. No big deal, no problem. Monday doesn't happen. Tuesday rolls around. We found out Tuesday what? Yeah, we have found out Tuesday.
And they made it out to be, at least to us, the way we thought it was going to be was maybe a few monbebe had a chance.
Right.
They only announced one winner, and the one winner got 2 passes, which, nothing against them, like that's amazing for them, but it was just kind of disappointing because we thought it was going to be more than just
because like their tweet said like more. It sounded like more than one.
Yeah, they made it sound like one more. It's gonna be like multiple winners, and that they were gonna have like multiple like meet and greet passes, and turns out it was just one person and they only got 2 passes. So we were just like, either y'all need to learn how to, you know, word your advertisement and your tweets correctly, or just don't promise things that you can't give. You know what I mean? A lot of monbebes were like really upset and like hurt because
but they tried to redeem themselves apparently.
Oh yeah, and then when they announced the winner, the radio station said, hey guys, we're gonna give you another chance. Come to the pre-party the day of Jingle Ball. So pre-party 4 to 6 with AJ Mitchell, which he was performing. He was the main act, you know, bomb. Like he did really good. He was really good actually.
Very sweet. He's cute.
Really nice kid. And first of all, that pre-party was a joke because they didn't talk about Monsta X. What we're not saying is that Monsta X is the main event.
Yeah, exactly.
But the fact that you go out of your way to not talk about one of your acts is like,
it's weird. Like they would acknowledge Monsta X like a little bit, but like when they were talking about when they would announce like who'd win the meet and greets, they were talking about, oh, meet and greet for Bozzy, but it was never like, okay, here's the winner for Monsta X.
They didn't play any of Monsta X's songs, I guess, for like background music.
No, they played all the others.
They never played anything Monsta X, and it was until then, and they kept calling us Mon Babies and Mon BBs. I was like, it's Mon Bebe. Get it right. Get it together, Heather. They decide last minute, they're gonna say, alright, Monsta X fans, Mom Babies, are you guys ready to find out who the winner is for the meet and greet pass? And mind you, this was like 10 minutes before the party was over that they decided to announce it. And it wasn't like, oh, it was planned. It's like, oh, snap, we forgot to announce the winner, so let's do it now. We didn't get it.
No.
So it was just very disorganized.
Yeah, and like we got there early because again, we thought maybe it was a chance for multiple non-Bibu to win. But the way the radio station does it is basically you like fill out this little piece of paper with like your name, your email, and your number, and you put it into a box, and it's like a raffle. And they did one for Bozzy. And
oh yeah, that was so confusing. Like they had like a table, and it was a box where you can write your information so you can get meet and greet tickets with Bozzy. And then the last minute they decided, hey, if you guys want Monsta X meet and greets, toss them in Bozzy's box. Like
basically they drew 2 for Bozzy and just 1 for Monsta.
Oh yeah, they said they were gonna do 3 for Bozzy, and they did 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was the weird
And then
part.
they said they're gonna give people ticket upgrades, which never happened.
Oh yeah, never. That pre-party, never. They said, oh, you guys are gonna get meet and greets. You guys are gonna get a chance to win like Jingle Ball tickets. You guys are gonna get a chance to get upgrades. Really? You guys didn't do anything. So then, here comes
Oh my goodness.
the real mess.
I think
Oh my
this is
God.
like the biggest mess out of it all.
And mind you, this, as some of y'all know what Powerhouse is like, this made Powerhouse look like they were luxurious venue. It's freaking cold. A bunch of people. Like, it was just too crowded. And
Basically, we met someone at the pre-party that kind of gave hints that maybe they'd be passing out more meet and greets. So we were prepared to run towards a certain part of the building to get these possible meet and
around
greets.
like the whole building.
yeah, we did like a whole lap around the building until we found like, it was the meet and greet check-in. It wasn't the actual like booth. So then we did like a couple rounds. We were trying to figure out what was going on. Turns out there was an army table, an army booth that was also at the pre-party. Turns out they actually had meet and greet passes for Monsta X.
Yes, they had Monsta X, and I think they had Dua Lipa. And
They had Marshmallow. Yeah.
And basically, like at the pre-party, they were saying, "Follow us, and we're gonna give away prizes." And we didn't think much of it. We were kind of like, okay. But then they posted an Instagram photo with 4 wristbands for Monsta X, and they said, "Comment, and we're gonna pick a winner, and just keep commenting." And they said they would DM the winner. That
It
never
never
did
did
happen.
Okay, so long story short, what happened is I went up there because one of the girls that was with us, she was texting us and saying, hey, you know, they already gave the people the tickets, and so we were inside the venue, and I ran all the way up the stairs. I said, something in my heart and my gut was telling me, go up to that table and ask, are you for sure, like, are the meet and greet tickets gone? And one of the guys comes up to me, like, I go up to the guy and ask him, I was like, do you guys still have the tickets? He says, yeah. And I was like, cool. And then he says, how many people do you have with you? I said, 3. And he says, well, technically, if you win, you could bring someone else, and if your friend wins, they can go solo, or they can bring someone else. Well, oh my God, you thought it was over.
Part stresses me out.
It's just getting worse at this point. So I go up there and I'm trying to figure out where this girl went, because I'm like, are you positive that they gave out the meet and greet passes? And the guy that's holding the passes is looking at me, and he goes, and I was like, me? And he says, yes, you, come here. And I was like, what? And he's like, do you want these? I said, oh God. He said, do you want one? I said, tears. Like, I started crying, and he's like, do you want 2? I said,
Is that a question?
I was like, can I have 3? Because I have 2 friends that are dying to go. And he says, I only have 2, because there was 2 other girls there that won, which was the ones with the furry coats.
Yeah.
Super
They were
nice.
nice.
They were super nice.
girls.
I only have 2, so you need to call your friend and tell them to come up here. I get 1. These 2 come up, and they gave 1 to Bree, and then they told me before they got there, there's gonna be another chance to win another round of meet and greet passes. So I said, okay, cool. All I gotta do is one of them, whoever decides to get the second one, they can keep commenting, or I can keep commenting to, you know, to see if we can get one. Then the recruitment officer tells her there ain't no more passes. And I was like,
Which makes no
And
sense.
emotional breakdown.
it honestly sucked, because it's like you're making 3 people split up.
Yeah.
So then hours pass by. We're supposed to be meeting them, and like we're supposed to be meeting them at I don't know, at the 9:30 at the check-in booth for meet and greet. And somehow,
Asking like the staff about the meet and greet and what they told us.
Yeah.
oh yeah, one of the members, and I said, hypothetically speaking, let's say the 100 people for Monsta, because apparently I looked at the sheet when I asked one of the staff members, and it said it was 100 people for Monsta X. Mind you, the radio station never announced that it was 100 people that won. It was just one person that won.
I was like,
If these, 100 people don't show up, is there still a chance that, one of us could get in? And she said, unfortunately, no, we are not allowed to do that. Besides, a lot of our artists are overbooked, meaning that they were over capacity of how many people were allowed in meet and greet. Keep in mind, they said, the sheet said 100 people for Monsta X meet and greet. 100.
Which already is excessive.
It's an well, I mean, to be fair, so how the Monsta X meet and greet works is that it's all 7 of them lined up. There's 4 chairs, and it's a group of 4. They take a picture, and that's it. So we stay by the area, and it turns out a lot of people in that area.
we're still trying
No, they actually had a lot of meet and greet passes, and they're like, do you want one?
Yeah,
Here you
passing
go.
them out like candy to people that didn't have them.
Yeah.
That the radio announced, she was standing right in front of us.
And then
Yeah.
she's like, just so you know, that guy right over there, he's like he's looking for people to get out these meet and greet passes.
Yeah,
And
and
I'm
it's
just
very
like,
weird because earlier Nana had gone up to him and asked if he had any extras, and he told her no. Was like, oh, I'm saving these for someone.
Mhm.
But I guess it just must have not worked out because he was just giving them out anyways.
Yeah, so that guy gave it to another guy, and then that guy that got it turned this way to her and just gave it to her, like, here you go.
Literally. So in the end, it did work out.
It did
Very
work
emotional.
out. So the 3 of us did end up getting to meet Monsta X. Remember how I said it was 100?
no.
It was like, it was 30 plus people. What? You go?
What you mean 100?
math?
What? Yeah, I'm like, did you overestimate? So it was like 30 something people, which isn't bad too, because it wasn't overwhelming the boys either. But y'all need to like stop lying to yourselves, for
yeah,
real.
right.
The boys were super nice. They were
seemed
super
very
happy.
Yeah, because I was worried they'd be tired, but
I mean, Wonho did look a little tired, but he
Yeah,
looked happy
was,
to
like,
be
a little out
there.
of it.
I'm sure he was still enjoying the
Like
time.
he was just like,
He was there. He
was just like,
His
Here.
hair, he looks so good.
Because here
Wonho.
in person, like pictures do not do it justice.
Y'all need to see Monsta X like in person.
Yes, like
It is totally worth it.
It
Unreal.
changes your life.
It's
Like
unreal.
you think about your life decisions at that point. It is godly.
Like so cute, honestly. But like at the same time, I'm always the type of person that's too scared.
Yeah, you
to,
guys were
like-
last though. Yeah, you guys were last, not second.
Oh yeah,
last.
I forgot you went on a different.
Yeah, I went because they had to, because it had to be like 4
Yeah.
per group.
Oh yeah, and the lady
They're
was telling
very
us.
strict.
The lady was telling us. She's like, she was like, I don't make the rules, because if I made the rules, I would have had do it y'all's way.
Yeah,
But she
so we had
said,
to do some switching, and people didn't want to split up, so we were sitting there trying to figure it out.
yeah, like it was a mess. But to the girls that we took pictures with, hi,
Hi.
hello,
Y'all were nice.
thanks,
So sweet.
thanks for taking a picture with us.
Mhm.
I was on the far. I was pretty much last.
Wait, what's the order? It was.
Shonu was on the.
So
was
let's.
Shonu,
Okay, so if we were looking this way,
Okay, Shonu's on the left. If
so
you're looking.
Shonu, right? Shonu, Hyungwon,
Minhyuk,
Minhyuk,
Wonho,
Wonho, Kihyun, Wonho,
Yeah.
Juhan,
and then
Changyun. I am for people. but Chunkyun was at the very end.
So our group went, and then they just started to go up, and I look, and Hyunwon's just staring right at me. I'm just like,
He stares into your soul. I swear to God, you walk up to that man, he's just looking, and you're like,
legit, Hyungwon just stares at you like this.
deadass.
Like dead ass. Like just.
I mean, when you talk to him, he'll smile at you and like interact with you, but at first you're just like, okay.
yeah. And then like right away, Hyunwon's like, so they're both staring at me, and I kind of like turned around, and for a second, Hyunwon like had his hand like this, and I'm
Like
just
his little.
I was like, all right, I'm not gonna do this to you, boy. I don't want to miss a high five, so I'm just like, cause like I'm just so dirty with high five. I was like, you know what?
He gave you that high five.
Sat down, and I'm just like, you know what? I just need to tell him. So I turn around, and I was like, Hyunwon. He's like, yeah. He just freaking just like kind of was it crouched down or
Yeah, he like leaned.
like
down,
leaned,
he said.
yeah, leaned, and I was just like, can we do like a heart together? He's like, yeah, of course, and he just like does this, and I'm just like, I love you so much, sir.
So sweet. Your turn.
You better stop. Apparently, so let's just talk about Monsta X.
Yeah, so because we went together, me and Nana were in the same.
Yeah, we went to the same. We got split up. So Haley was in a different group, and then me and Bree were in the same group.
It was the last one.
Mind you, this is my whole shit that I was wearing.
Okay, so we walk up, we're all like saying hi to each of them, and then she just stops and she starts doing the shootout like.
Oh yeah, I walk up to because one hoe's like dead center, and I'm just like shoot out.
And they were all like, oh! And then like she walks up because she's in front of Chunkyun, and she sits down and like she's like hi, and then he goes, ooh, you got it. I was like. And then I did not know that he said this. And
I honestly did not hear him say, "Oh, you got it."
Yeah, he was digging it. He was digging it.
This was my whole thought process. It's like Shonu, Hyungwon, Kihyun, Mayhyuk, Wonho, Juhan, Chunkyun, and I'm just like, okay, picture. They were rushing. I was like, picture.
It was really funny though because he was complimenting you, and then I was like, hi, and I didn't think he was gonna hear me, but he literally stopped and he was just like, hello. I was like, oh yeah.
Okay.
And I sat down.
A hello said sit down. Look at Chunkyun, and he's like right above me. I was like, wow, he's so handsome. And he's right above me, and I just look at him. I'm like, can we do a heart? And he's like, sure. And I was like,
I wanted to turn around and ask like Wonho or one of the members to do a heart, but I got too scared. I was like, you know what? So I did like peace signs, but after walking out of there, it was so funny. We all were just like, what just happened? Like,
I tripped up the stairs like 3 times. I said, what?
People were looking at us like we were crazy because we were like sitting on the floor, literally just like.
Yeah, and the lady's just, she opened the door, she's like, what are you?
Yep, this is it.
This is it.
This is how I go. You know, we found out that Monsta X is closing. So we said, you know, after 5 Sauce performs, we're gonna go up to the front, see how close we can get to see Monsta X.
I was expecting to maybe get a few rows up, like from the, because like so many people left after 5 Sauce, but I was honestly expecting to get maybe like a few rows up and that's it.
Got barricade, and I was like,
We were like in a line. She was like the line leader. We're all just like, okay, we're gonna follow her. And I thought we were gonna like stop at some point, but no, she just kept going.
Like, I thought that security guard so he could stop us like, where's your take?
I was like,
No one stopped us, and like the whole like no one was even at seats.
think
Like
she
we
was
were all
done at this
pushed up
point,
against
though.
the barricade, and like literally, I was like, okay.
the person standing next to me says, oh, I've never seen a K-pop group perform live, and then they proceed to say, no offense, but I'd rather have BTS performing right now. And I was like,
Excuse me.
you just said, like, you do realize who's performing, right?
Like
So that's a no.
You really have to guess to say that.
And then they try to like retract their statement and say, you know, it'd be better if both of them, both Monsta X and BTS, perform together. And I was like,
That's not how it works, sis.
No.
BTS is fine, but you know, you don't have to like. You don't have to like. It's literally Monsta X that's performing. Like, you know what? Why?
Yeah.
What was the need? Barricade,
Barricade.
which means your girls got interaction.
Right there.
We were like, okay,
Yeah.
this is real. Like, it's real.
It's happening.
Minhyuk, I don't know what was in the water, but
He's turning in. He's not Minhyuk anymore.
he is Marcus.
Marcus.
So bad because Minhyuk looks at Bree, waves, looks at me because I was doing finger hearts, and he goes.
He was like,
So cute.
I was like, bruh. Hyungwon always came over to our side, and he waved to Haley, and it was like, soft as hell.
I almost cried.
Lee Juhan came over to our section at the beginning of Fallen, doing his rap. I was rapping with him, and he looks at me and Bree, and he squats down. He's like,
I was like, oh my god!
good morning. So we didn't get to finish the video because we had to wake up. It was like 3 in the morning when we were filming. Fell asleep for like 20 minutes, and now we're at the airport. Fun time. Good morning. Well, it's actually afternoon right now, but yeah, camera died, so it's the next day. My voice is gone because of Jingle Ball. Monsta X did that. Basically, like, we saw the boys, and we got the opportunity to say goodbye to them, and they were super sweet, super nice. So overall, the whole experience at Jingle Ball at Philly was pretty decent towards the end of the night, but honestly, the whole venue and staff and just everything, every detail that was put into planning Jingle Ball in Philly was a hot mess. And like, subscribe, comment down below if you guys saw Monsta X at Jingle Ball this year, what stop you went to, and like how your experience was, because I like to read comments about other people's experiences and stuff. As always, don't forget to love yourself like you love your bias, and I will see you, I don't even know when I will see you next, but you know, the next time I post a video. Bye.